And we're talking about FlingCon, up next on Geek Out SA.
Do not attempt to adjust your YouTube video. We control the stream.
I mean, the audio's up. Don't look at me at why the intro didn't have audio. That's not my problem.
Oh.
That wasn't a me thing.
Oh, maybe the volume was down. I don't know. And so we're back.
We're here.
Well, what camera are we on? Like, never mind. I'm not even
even
gonna
know
look.
what camera you're
I've
on.
gotten used to producing the show, and now he's got it right there, and now it's distracting me. So, hi guys! Look at all the guys here from FlingCon.
So welcome back. Welcome back, Joe. And then we have three more.
Well, let me introduce him.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
This is Dario. He's the one basically right now setting up our venue. He's measured every square inch of our venue, and he's figuring out where everything's going, the bazaar, the vendors, everything. All the gaming tables, everything. Yeah.
All the logistics. Yeah.
We have Dave back here. Dave is my tech guy. Dave's the one doing all the screens for the sponsors and having our music up top and organizing all of that. Kelvin behind me is organizing our library and keeping all that intact. So now we have a checkout system for games. Before we just got to grab your own game and go. We've got a little checkout system, and he's got all that handled for us.
Very
Okay.
nice.
Good. So you definitely got some skill sets to kind of fill in some of the places that you weren't so sure about the last time we talked to you. So
and we've
that's
we've
really
grown
nice.
too. So I need more people. You know, I was very foolish before to try to think that I could ever do this on my own, which it completely exhausted me the last event.
We know.
And these guys noticed, and they all stepped up and wanted to be a part of it, and I'm super happy that they're here.
I'm glad that y'all are coming back and doing this again because I really enjoyed myself when I went over there. Because the last time I was kind of like done with conventions for a while because
It's been a lot. And it'd been a lot.
Yeah, it had been a lot because we had run two of them for a long time. But
yours is so nice and like, I don't know, it feels very family oriented because you have the food there and everything. So are y'all having it in the same place this time or is it in a different venue?
We've moved to New Braunfels at the Columbus Club Hall. It's quite a bit bigger than the church we were in. We have a separate room to where we can stick our library off to the side. We have a stage where the bazaar is going to be. It's really nice. We're really excited about it.
so what are some of the different things that are going to happen at this one that didn't happen at the last one? Or
So this time we've the church we were in before did not, it was a free venue, so they didn't allow us to have some vendors and sponsors and stuff. Now we have that.
Okay.
We've got 15 vendors lined up. We were able to accrue 10 sponsors. So we've got a lot more tickets sold this time.
Very
so
nice.
we've got growth in all areas.
Oh, excellent. And are you guys still sticking to just the board gaming format or are you going to have some role-playing games and some miniatures and some other stuff as well?
I think we have a little bit of everything. Some of our vendors are bringing some miniature games. I've been asked about D&D. I've told people to bring D&D. We'll see if it's there. I don't have it, but if people bring it, we have open play. So whatever people bring is what we have in addition to the library we have.
We also have some designers that are bringing some of their games to playtest and market. We've got one that's fixing to push off a Kickstart, and we're going to be his last convention before he does that. So
Oh, very
we're
nice.
kind of excited about that, though. I think we have 3 or 4 that are going to actually demo games.
Yep.
So we've got that.
They did was going to come. They're like a little miniature gaming.
We know who that is.
So they're going to be there.
Their game is
Seismic-
great, by the way.
Yeah.
So y'all should go out there and try that game out. It's so much
They were there
fun.
last time.
They were there
Yeah.
I
last
didn't get a
time.
chance to go check it out, but I saw in the video you guys did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm going to do
Yeah.
it this time.
Yeah.
Awesome.
yeah,
It's
I
a lot
really
of
I
fun.
really enjoyed that game a
Yeah.
lot.
I think we're definitely going to be investing in that game because that game's a lot
Yeah.
of fun. It's a pick-up miniatures game that you can take anywhere,
Right.
and you can use stuff like I could just put this stuff out, and this could be obstacles in the game, and you can run
Right.
the minis over that, and you just measure it out, and it's really great. It's just in your bag. You can carry it and play it wherever you are, and just
That's
use
cool.
stuff that you have.
Yeah, Definitely go check that out. It's gonna
So,
be back. That's
Dario,
gonna be
since
cool.
you're doing logistics, are y'all gonna have any kind of like scheduled play or a schedule for people to
We
go
do.
by?
We have a sign up for scheduled games, and that I think we've got about a dozen that are already signed up and ready to go.
We have 17.
17. of them.
17.
Okay, so it's grown
Yes.
a little bit. It's grown a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, so attendees right now can go on there and schedule games that they want to play to find other players, and they can also go on there and already add into someone else's game that they've got scheduled. So
Last time, how do you have any new games in your library that you
got
didn't
a
have before?
ton of new games. Yeah. Yeah. So the Printed Meeple was nice enough to give us a large portion of their library. I also have a couple friends that are giving me a lot of their collections, and plus I'm probably taking about 2/3 of my collection. So I don't know, 400 maybe. I don't know.
Probably
Well,
about
we'll see.
400. We've got the new sectioned off room now for the library, which is where the library is going to be at. We're also going to kind of use that as like the demo area as well. So we're going to have some games set up in there for the people that we're bringing their games to demo. So that way people that are going in and out of the library are going to be able to see those demos and potentially participate in them as well.
Are you going to have a sheet or like something of the library so people kind of know what's in the library to know what
Yes,
to
so
expect?
we're actually going to have attendees this time for the library. Before, we didn't have anybody attending the library. It was just like they lined the stage, and then people came up, grabbed a game, walked off, played the game, hopefully brought it back,
Right.
and set it down. So now we're actually going to have somebody that's going to be manning the library the entire time. So they're going to be checking the games out, returning the games, putting them back on the tables so that more people can check them out. We're actually going to have some duplicates this time so we can get the same game playing multiple times instead of having a single collection of games, so that way we're just down to one copy of each game. So now we have some duplicates that we're bringing in as well.
Oh, good.
So I know a lot of people are going to ask this. So what's the food situation going to be at this convention?
So we're still figuring some of it out. We're mostly catering out through some companies. There's a little pizza place in New Braunfels, Villanova's Pizza, excellent pizza. They're going to cater for us on Saturday night. I have another catering company on Friday night. HEB does catering, so we're going to hit them up for one meal. So we're still figuring out a little bit, but we're getting there.
But we got 5 meals for the 2 days. We got lunch and dinner on Friday, and then we've got breakfast, lunch, and dinner on Saturday. Plus, we're going to supplement it with drinks and snacks. So in between time, if you get hungry and it's not time to eat the big meal, you can sustain yourself. We did have a buffet set up the last time. That was a learning experience for us.
Yep.
So
Yes.
we realized to stay within a budget, we need to meet people's needs and give us some variety, and yet maintain a budget that we can work with.
So this is going to still be included with the ticket price.
I'm going to try to keep it that way as long as I can. It's unique.
Okay.
Yeah,
it
is
is
very
unique.
unique.
And this is the thing that is big about gamers. Gamers like to eat.
Yes.
Yeah, and that was always when we were running our convention, we had a hard time because when you're at the hotel, they don't want you bringing any outside food or drink in. They want you to buy from theirs. And of course, hotel food prices are really expensive. So a lot of our gamers were like, okay, but I'm like in the middle of this really long, epic game.
Like work deals out with them and just like, what can you do for us to make it affordable for our people? Right.
And they tried and they did
Yeah.
as much as they could, but yeah.
And that's what we're trying to target, is maximizing the gameplay time, because we all have busy schedules, and we want to play games as long as we can. And having to go find food, it should not be a detraction.
Exactly.
Right, exactly.
And to add on that, one of the things that we're also bringing out this convention is we've got some volunteers that are going to be actually like pushing little carts around that are going to have chips, sodas, kind of stuff on it, so that people don't actually have to get up to go do that even. We're going to try to be tableside service almost. We're not going to serve the main meals that way, but we're going to have, like, as my wife puts it, the trolley lady from Harry Potter.
Yeah.
So someone's going to be walking around asking anything from the trolley.
Yeah.
So it's going to be fun. We're super excited.
We definitely want to be a very hospitable event, as
Yeah.
much as we can.
So do you know, so you were talking about some people doing demos. Do you know, aside from the miniatures game, what other kind of demos y'all are going to have?
So we have a game called Seismic, which is going to be on Kickstarter, I think, April 4th. He's bringing 3 prototypes. He just finished his last prototype, so he's showing that off for the first time before it goes live on Kickstarter. You should look it up. It's a really cool game. I
Is
haven't played it yet. But
Is it he's someone from here in San Antonio or
no, I'm not.
someone
sure.
in Texas?
I'm not sure. His name's Jason Blake. I'm not sure where he
Oh.
lives,
You
but
know who Jason
he's
Blake
traveling.
is?
You know
Yeah.
Jason Blake.
Yeah.
Okay.
He
know
is here in
Jason.
Texas. I know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I have played his seismic at BGG when I went to BGG. I got to test the demo out there. It's a really good game, and back then I told him like, hey, let me know when this goes to Kickstarter because I might be interested in backing this. And now it's even cooler to have him come to our convention and demo it
Yeah,
here.
it's
So
really cool.
super excited for that to be there.
And it's visually catching too,
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's got nice. You're trying. The planet is dying, and you're trying to get off the planet, and so you're building these rockets from spare parts,
Oh,
and
nice.
those are on the game. So the minis are kind of cool
Oh,
also.
that sounds cool.
And one of the unique things about that game is that most area controls, like you're building the board as you're playing, in his you're actually tearing the board down, which is even cooler.
Oh,
so I was
yeah,
like,
that
is
is
super
cool.
unique.
Yeah.
And I think that's awesome because it's not a mechanic I've seen in pretty much anything.
Yeah.
So
I like that. That's cool.
Another game we have, which is one of our sponsors, which is Rad Guy Games, is bringing Battle Drafters, which I haven't played that one yet. So I think he's selling copies, and we can also play demos while he's there. I know there's more.
And
Oh,
that
it's a
one,
nice
you
watch.
basically you recruit a team. I think of two. I think I was reading it a little bit, and you have you battle other teams, but there's so many combinations that you can put together with these warriors, and they battle. So
And he has a very unique where there's no luck in dice or cards.
I did say that. Yeah,
So I'm anxious to try that one.
I'm curious
Interesting.
too. Yeah.
Also, the owner of Night's Watch is bringing his two copies, his two demo games. Heroes of Glory and can't remember the name of the other one.
We will also have a one of the game stores has a painting booth that they're going to set up for people that like to paint minis or want to
Oh,
learn
nice.
learn how to paint minis.
Gamers Gym, another one of our sponsors,
Yeah.
will be there to
Is it
that'd
going to
be
be
really fun.
Metalhead Minis doing it? Do you know?
it's Gamers Gym.
Gamers
I don't
Gym.
know
Yeah.
who-
Gamers Gym,
Yeah.
okay.
That's I think it's.
Oh,
one of the
that's right
owners.
here on
Yeah,
Calibra.
it's the owner's
Yeah.
wife that she specializes in
Does all
that.
the painting.
In fact, if you ever get a chance to go by there, they've got like a big Cthulhu or that she's painted. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with her, you can either bring your own minis or she'll have minis there you can paint.
Correct.
Which is
Very
pretty
nice.
cool.
That's great. I always enjoy
So
that.
who? So you mentioned the sponsor. So who are the rest of your sponsors?
Okay, so I've got Chris Dudley with Legacy Realty sponsored me. I have DB Integrity who does water mitigation. He sponsored me. I have Night's Watch Games. I have Printed Meeple. We have Arena Games off of 1604. We have Red Guy Games. We have PKW Productions off of Austin. There's a classical music production company. He's sponsoring us. And D-Pad, retro video games in New Braunfels. And then Spotted Dog is my final one, I believe. Spotted Dog is, he does chainmail work, really, really good work. He'll be a vendor and a sponsor there.
Gamers
Oh,
Guild
very nice.
and
Those-
Gamers
those are
Gamers
vendors,
Gym.
yeah.
Those are vendors.
Gamers Gym, yep.
And you said you had 15 vendors.
I have 15
Yeah.
vendors, yes.
So what's kind of the spread on the vendors? Like
Yeah.
what kind of
we
stuff
have a
can
nice
people
variety of
expect?
vendors. You want to hit that?
We,
Or you want me
we, we can share it. We'll have a gal that she made these T-shirts for us.
Yep.
So she'll be making game related stuff, and I'm sure other things as well.
And so you'll go to her booth and you can actually pick out your design, your color, your size, and she'll make it right there
Oh, nice.
at the event for you.
And then there'll be Bazinga Games. Also he'll have a pretty large setup with. He has all kinds of little accessories for all sorts of ward games, from Warhammer to other miniatures. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he has. We have a few of the game stores, Gamers Gems I mentioned, Gamers Guild, Black Potion. I know I'm going to leave somebody out, but
Arena Games has a booth as well.
Well, so do y'all have a website where people can see all this information, or Facebook page,
I have,
or what do you
I have. If you go to my Facebook page and scroll down a little bit, I didn't post it too terribly long ago, but there's logos there for all of the vendors that'll be there. Yep, cool.
So you have some scheduled gameplay. How does somebody sign up for scheduled gameplay?
So I use my services through BGG. So you go to my website, you can click on scheduled games, and there's a link there that takes you straight to only FlingCon scheduled games. So you can go through, scroll through, and add a new scheduled game or join someone else's. It's really easy. You have to have a BGG account to do it.
If people are scheduling games, do they get like a reduction on their ticket price? Like if they schedule so many games?
No, it's not. It's more mainly for someone who's coming by themselves who wants to play a certain game or two, and they want to try to find players before they get there. It's an easy way to fulfill games that you want to play.
Hey,
Without
we have
having
Hoodie
to try to
watching. It
find
says
people there.
hello, everyone. I say, hey,
Hoodie.
Hoodie. Sorry.
No, you're good.
He gets distracted by the shiny things. He's like, oh, shiny.
Squirrel moment still. That hasn't changed.
No, it hasn't changed.
changed.
Darren, not at all.
One of the other things too that we added was the bazaar is now we have a scheduling for the bazaar as well, and Dario is running that too. So people can go to the website and click on the bazaar and let us know, hey, I plan on bringing games to sell, and that way it gives us an idea of how much table space we're going to need. So we always ask everybody that's going to bring the games now, like, please let us know in advance so we can map that out. There's not a cost to it. I know that's a big question.
I was going to ask
How
that.
many people, how much does it cost to sell the games? It's still free to bring your games, but we know now that we have 200 plus people coming. So if all 200 people are bringing games to sell, we need to have that mapped out and planned. So we're trying to make that as easy as possible for everybody. So when they help us, it makes everything move smoother.
And I have a sign up sheet for that. So I'm asking them, how many do you intend to bring? Because we have limited table space,
Right.
and I'm going to have to mark that off so that everybody gets a good exposure. So right now we're learning as we go.
Yeah.
And,
So what are some challenges that you're learning for this convention from the other?
Food is still the big challenge. Number one, it's expensive, and number two, we got to make sure we feed everybody. Just trying to purchase it, transport it, store it, transport it again. You know, keep it all fresh. It's the biggest challenge.
And trying to anticipate too how many people are going to
Yeah.
come for both days, for just one day. How we're going to accommodate everybody. Will our facility hold it? We found New Braunfels because San Antonio is very hard to book a large facility, and at certain times of the year you're competing with weddings and other events. So that poses a challenge too, as well as costs. And so we debated a little bit over whether New Braunfels would even work as a venue, because it was kind of a little bit away from San Antonio. But the numbers we had hoped for, we're hitting, and
That's great.
so that says a lot about the gaming community, I think, in San Antonio. You know, wanting a convention and wanting more opportunities to play games locally instead of having to travel out of town all the time.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And we're trying to bring in more people as well. So we went up to Austin and advertised in Austin, San Marcos, Kyle. So we're trying to bring those people down as well. And we felt New Braunfels was a good center point for both San Antonio, Austin area, and bringing everybody together that way.
I'm starting to get flashbacks.
I know. So since we are getting flashbacks, I was going to ask y'all, one of the things that we always used to get asked is for people who want to kind of get into gaming, but they're a little scared, they're nervous. So like those people, like you said, maybe single people coming, or like a couple that's coming and they want to get into it, but they don't even know what to go get from the library or what might be fun. Do y'all have something that's like, you know, I have a game, I need an extra player or something like that, so that people know? Or
We printed up some signs this year that people can actually post on their table that says either players wanted or teacher wanted. So there'll be some games that, and if they find any one of us, we can direct them as to what might be a good intro game. Maybe teach them the game ourselves. But yeah, we have some devices in play that would be advertising for them that they can place on a table and have people join them.
Very nice. Hoodie says, can I bring my copy of Roaches?
stop it. No, you cannot bring your copy of Roach. I wrote that game.
Yes, you can.
I wrote that game.
Yes, you can.
Well, bring it. We want to play it.
Yeah, that's what we were telling folks too. Is they can bring their games. You're not limited to our library. You can bring your own games if you want to play and play with others. we're just providing a library if there's a game that you happen to be like, this is a game I've always wanted to play and try, and I don't own it, but I'd really like to get it to the table.
Well, and I think that's a really great thing that I think if you haven't gotten your tickets yet and you're watching and you don't know this, if there's a game that you're interested in but you haven't tried it yet, this is a good way to try it, because sometimes these games are an investment. You're talking like $60 to $80 for this game, and you don't know that you like it or not.
Like
And
Game of
okay, you can
Thrones?
watch it like Game of Thrones. Don't talk to me about that game. You can watch videos about it, but it's not the same as getting to sit down with people and really play it. Because obviously on their play videos, they're hyping it up to make it seem really exciting and great, so that you'll want to buy it. So I think sitting and playing it, yeah, I had a bad experience with the Game of Thrones game. I'm not like a hardcore gamer. I like kind of like softer, squishier games. You
Casual
know,
gamer.
I'm a casual board gamer. I'm like more hardcore when it comes to RPGs.
Yeah, that's a little long and involved.
Game of Thrones is a stab you fin in the back anyway.
Yeah.
So.
No, but when you don't understand. When you're a girl in gaming, there are two things that happen to you. Either, oh, poor thing, you're just a stupid girl. Let me help you and let me carry you through the whole game and make sure that you get to play for 4 hours, a game that you've been trying to kill yourself at for 3 of those 4 hours. Or, oh, you're too stupid to play. We don't really want you to play because you're a girl and you don't know anything about games, and then you go and crush them. So there's one of the two things. So in the Game of Thrones, I was really trying to die. Was really trying to get, and these guys were really sweet, and they just really thought I was stupid and didn't know how. I'm just a stupid girl, and I don't know anything about strategy. So they kept uplifting me and like helping me and saving me. And 4 hours later, they're still saving me.
We didn't even finish.
No,
you didn't
I didn't finish.
that game.
I left. I was like,
You should have just won. You should have just killed him and ended it.
I know, it's just like, I just want to go. Like, they were enjoying it, so I didn't want to crush their game, but I was like, I just want to go home.
You should have just been like, you know what?
You
Just
know
gonna
what?
just end it here. We're done.
You're done.
We're out.
So, yeah. So, but y'all are going to have some of those horrible games. I mean, lovely games at your con, I'm sure.
Our library has a pretty wide spectrum of heaviness, I would say. We have very light games, card games, very easy to get out and play in 10 to 30 minutes, you know. We have lots of medium weight games, and of course I'm a heavy gamer, so
Yeah, I knew you were.
I have lots of my heavy games there. So
And we have some young people that are coming too. We've got we are kid friendly. Of course, there's no alcohol there, so we're promoting it as a family venue. So we had you figured about a dozen. We were
I think we
looking
have
at that
about
the other day.
12 people under the age of 15 that'll probably be there.
So no Cards Against Humanity.
Please,
Yeah,
no, that game
yeah.
is so over. That game is dead. Please stop
Yeah.
playing that game.
Yeah, I don't-
We are so over that game. The whole world's over
I
that
haven't
game.
touched it in
Years. I'm so over it.
it's been
No.
crazy.
So I just like to go around and ask. So what is right now your favorite?
My favorite game?
Yeah, what's your game right now?
Oh, that is a tough question.
You know exactly what it is.
Is it Weather Machine? I guess it's Weather Machine.
Look, all your friends knew what it was, so obviously.
What am I asking you guys to play all the time? I guess it's Weather Machine, yeah.
Weather Machine.
Yeah, I like my
But
television.
he likes the heavier games,
Yeah.
though.
He
I
likes
mean,
the
he
heavy.
likes the real brain burners. So.
Yeah, I haven't played that one, and I probably never will. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No. So what's yours?
If I said I like Merchants and Marauders, it's basically I think it's a pirate game. It's an adventure. It's a sandbox game. So basically you can pick your path, but it's an adventure, and it's about an hour a person. Plays 3 to 4 people. So.
Well, that's not bad. What about you?
Right now, I'm big into Massive Darkness 2. I like the dungeon crawlers, and it's got all the cool minis, and it just got so many quests and so many expansions already that you can just play and play and play. I think I've already played the game solo probably about 13, 14 times by myself, and that's not including when I actually convince people to play with me.
Nice.
It's a pretty cool game.
Sorry,
It's really good.
I'm assuming you're gonna have these there, right?
I'm not bringing FlingCon.
You're like, nobody can touch mine.
If someone brings it, it'll be there.
Yeah, it'll be there.
And then what about you? What is it?
Mine's kind of a twofer because I have my favorite multiplayer game right now is Wonderlands Wars. I love that game.
Yeah.
But solo is Frostpunk. I've been loving playing Frostpunk. That game is so hard, and I actually got it beat one time on the very intro scenario, and I felt very accomplished. So.
You're like,
Yes, because I died like 6 times prior to that. So I've been really enjoying Frostpunk, and then my multiplayer is going to be Wonderlands Wars.
Okay, nice.
So what are some of the things they can expect when they first get to your convention? They're gonna walk in and then they're
They
gonna
walk
see.
in, they grab their badge. They have food to go eat. They got vendors to go shop from. They got a library to go check out games. If they're selling games, they might want to go drop their games off in the bazaar so they can start selling.
Vendor booths.
Yeah.
But we haven't talked about the raffle. We've got a pretty
How did
good
we forget about the
raffle
raffle?
going. Yeah, how do we forget that?
I don't know.
That's the good stuff.
And don't forget, we do have some giveaways that they're gonna get as they come in. As
Oh,
well.
yes.
Yeah.
That the mini dice towers are donated, and I believe we have
I meant to bring
card
them, I
sleeves as
forgot.
well that were donated as well that will be given out to
Will be a
attendees.
free gift for just
Yeah.
attending.
Nice.
So the printed meeple made some miniature dice towers. So they'll get a little dice tower with a D20.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What's the cost of the ticket?
So Friday is $30, Saturday is $40, and both days are $60.
Oh, nice.
So
And the raffle tickets, how much are those?
raffle tickets are $1 each. The raffle is going to be pretty competitive because there's some
Yeah.
seriously good games in the raffle.
And we've sold a lot of tickets already.
Yeah,
Are y'all doing anything for charity
not
through this
currently.
convention? Okay.
Not currently.
That is definitely something to look into though in the
Yes.
future.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, well, I mean, one of the things that we used to do that, you have to talk to the people that are running the games or whatever, but people could buy like little tokens and they could cheat. So like if you're cheat for a cause, so you just buy the tokens for $1 and that money would go to the food bank or
Nice.
whatever our charity was. And then they could just give that to whoever was running the game.
That's
Like,
cool.
so if
Yeah.
your die roll didn't go well or you wanted to try something again, you were going to
That's
die,
cool.
you could just try it again. And it kind of helps the games go on a little bit
I'd
longer.
like to redraw.
Yeah, or I'd like to
Yeah, let me
redraw
draw-
or something
let me
like
redraw
that.
that.
And yeah, so that's something if y'all want to think about. We can let y'all pick our brains for some things, little
Absolutely.
things like
That'd
that.
be great.
Yeah.
Y'all seem like
pretty
the type
scary
of
in there,
people
so
that
be
would like
careful.
to do something for charity. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, what about I just lost it. What's the name of the group? The Nerd Nighters. Are they gonna come? They were
Nerd Nighters.
there last.
San Antonio Nerd Night?
Yeah,
No,
they were there last time.
I've
Yeah.
not heard from them.
Okay.
Nope.
I don't know if they're still doing because they.
Well,
used
they
to
just
do,
started up again
Okay.
recently.
Because they used to do events for charity specifically, like in small places around town, and you would like bring diapers for a charity or bring stuff for Sam Ministries whenever they needed something or whatever. So it wasn't necessarily that people had to bring money in, but they could bring you
Yeah.
know food items or whatever, and then play games. So
I wrote them down, so I'm going to contact
Yeah.
them, see if they want to come.
okay, yeah, that's a good one because then they could run the charity part for you, and they could be responsible, and they could get things happening
Nice,
for
okay.
charity, and they could promote on their side as well.
Nice. Okay.
And
Good-
take
good
care
to
of
know.
that for you. So, because I know that there's already a lot on all of y'all's plates.
Sure is.
Absolutely.
When are
I-
y'all
well-
planning on sleeping?
We sleep?
Sunday.
29th.
On the 29th.
29th.
Oh, it was like the 29th Sunday, not this Sunday. Sunday for a week from now.
Yeah.
So when is the convention for everybody who's watching?
Next weekend, we start Friday at noon on the 27th, and we'll close down at 11:30 that Friday. Open back up Saturday morning at 8, and close down Saturday morning at 11:30 for good.
Saturday
Or
evening.
Saturday evening,
Saturday
sorry,
evening.
Saturday evening,
Yeah.
not in the morning.
Like, well, we're not going just 2 hours.
Yeah, so
That's it. 2 hours, you're out.
This is also our first. This is also our first event that we're doing multi-days.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
We got brave enough to go venture out more than one day, so it's a test run. We'll see how it goes.
We got a lot of good responses though. A lot
Yeah.
of people really
Yeah.
thought it'd be a good idea to do that. So
Yeah, I think it's great. Usually on Fridays we had a lot of people couldn't get off of work, and so they would be there in the evening. But still, I mean, if you're there from 5, and how late are y'all staying open till 11:30?
11:30.
Yeah, so from 5 to 11:30 playing games, that's still plenty
Yeah.
of time. You know, you
Sure.
just kind of get to unwind after work, and it's something you can look forward
Yep.
to after
Just
work.
the hardcore
so.
gamers are like, I want to.
The
A
hardcore
lot of
gamers are
people
gonna be
took
there at
off
noon.
work.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
we were surprised at how many, because we did the Friday, Saturday, and we're like, we wonder how good Friday's going to do. And it turned out the majority of tickets sold were our 2-day tickets. The ones
Yes.
that everybody wanted to come both Friday and Saturday.
we
So,
have very few Friday only tickets.
yeah,
sold.
very few Friday only.
Yeah, I would
Well,
think very few
$60 is a great
$60
deal
is
for
good
what you're
deal
getting.
for all the food and the games and getting to be part of raffles and getting to play new games that you've never played before and getting to see vendors and
Yeah.
it's
Because
a
you,
lot to do.
when you
It's
go
a
and
lot to do.
going to a convention, you're like, I'm gonna spend $60 just on food alone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's
Myself,
typically not
yeah.
very good. If,
Yeah,
if I'm
true.
being honest,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I'm trying to make sure we have some good food to eat.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and I think the thing with a gaming convention that people who are used to like comic conventions and stuff don't realize is for a comic convention, you pay $60 to go in, to then pay $60 more to see some kind of celebrity, to then pay
Yeah.
$40 more to get a picture with them or something like that, and then to go to vendors and spend more money. And you're not doing a whole lot of anything except for maybe standing in line and seeing stuff and going to vendors.
Majority of the time, yeah.
Whereas at a gaming con, like you get to go, you get to meet new people, you could become part of a new gaming group, you could try new games that you've never tried before, you can find other people who love the same game that you love, and you can like totally geek out about it. So yeah, I mean, that's the nice thing about a gaming convention. That's one of the things that I've always loved about a gaming convention is you get to go and there's that camaraderie and you get to meet people that like the same stuff that you do and you get to play. You get to do something. You're doing something. So yeah.
And you don't have the interruptions that you would have if you were doing it at home. You know, real life is set aside at least for that day or that weekend. When you go to a gaming convention, it's you've unplugged. And I'm into board gaming right now.
Yeah, I think that's nice.
So what it's looking like right now is that the plans are to make this even bigger, right?
I want to grow it slowly. I don't want a whole bunch of people, or I don't want 2,000 people in June.
Right.
We're at 215 right now. We stopped selling tickets on the 19th. I do have some people on a wait list. We'll have to see where we're at as far as being able to fit everybody in. But right now, the Columbus Club Hall in New Braunfels is working perfect for us. We are going to eventually outgrow it. I feel like our 215 tickets that we've sold is pretty close to maxing it out. So the New Braunfels Civic Center is probably my next goal to get into. It's quite larger, pretty nice. So we're on the right path. I just want to grow it slowly.
But y'all are doing this twice a year?
Yep. Right now it's January and June.
Yeah.
Yep.
Summer and winter.
Yep.
And so we're again competing with the weddings in June.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and that was something that we found out when we used to plan our convention is there's something all the time. There used to be conventions and conventions and conventions and conventions. So did y'all find anything that y'all are kind of battling up against this weekend or did y'all?
Yeah, well, there is one other convention going on in New Braunfels. I can't remember what it was though.
is it a gamer convention?
No, I don't think it's a gamer convention, but it draws a lot of people in. It's that one that Samantha was telling us about.
That's in San Antonio, though.
Oh, is it in San Antonio?
That's in San Antonio.
Oh, God,
Yeah.
I thought that was there in New Braunfels as
I
well.
don't think so.
She made it sound like it was just right up the street.
I think there's always going to be something that's going to be there in your way,
Because
weddings, vacations,
We'd even
whatever.
have people pull from like, what was it? The Renaissance
The Renaissance Festival always pulled a lot of people.
Sherwood Forest.
Sherwood Forest pulls a lot of people.
Yeah.
And then one time, I don't know, this was my fault because I was in charge of like doing stuff. I don't know why I scheduled it on Easter weekend.
Yeah, that's gonna be a little difficult.
A little bit of a
We
challenge.
still did really
We
well.
still did really well.
Yeah.
And like that Sunday, we did like Easter egg hunts for the grown-ups, and we had like dice and different things in the Easter eggs, and we put them out in the hotel, and
We made it work.
we made it work. It wasn't as good as some of the ones before and after it, but yeah.
Hey, as long as it worked.
So just not on a holiday, maybe.
Yeah.
Unless you want to do a 3-day weekend, and then that might work out.
We can do Christmas Day.
Yeah, Christmas Day, yeah, just go for it. With the way some people's families are on Christmas, they might want to get away and go to the con.
You haven't met my family, so I'll be there.
Everybody's like, yeah.
Like we have tons of information and ideas. We just will never do it again. No, never.
Well, we're definitely gonna pick your brains.
We'll be glad to sit down and talk to y'all. We'll send people your way. Everybody we know.
Like
go to
Dario said,
FlingCon.
we're learning and we're growing slow. I feel like we're heading in the right direction.
It seems like y'all really are,
Yeah.
and it's so nice that you have this group because for a long time it was just the two of us, and
Yeah.
and I saw
These
you.
guys are phenomenal.
I saw you
they're
last
great.
time, like, and I felt the pain
Yeah,
because I've been
yeah.
there.
Yeah,
So
well,
I'm really
I feel
glad.
less stressed this
You
event,
look less stressed.
even though it's twice as big than it was
Yeah.
last one. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
because these guys are great. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really great that you guys are here helping him out and
Yeah.
supporting the gaming industry. I think it's really good too since PAX left us. And we do still have BGG here in Texas, but I think, to try to get to Gen Con every year is a little hard for people, and especially with the way the hotel prices have gotten to be, and Dragon Con, and
We used to have like Chupacabra Con.
yeah.
That's
that
happening,
one,
too.
and but it's not a lot. It's great. I love it.
Gotta pull the camera up on you
I've only been like once. I had a con moment where I was like so over all of them that I was filled with the haterade, and I was like it was not good. So I really did enjoy yours last time we went. I was
Good,
like,
I'm
oh,
glad
this
you
is
had fun.
nice.
Yeah, because we went and we weren't expected to like do anything,
I know, I didn't have to.
and
do
that was like the
It was
coolest
really
thing
fun.
ever.
The only thing I had to do was like
It
film
was
and
like just
make
go on
some-
it, just
like,
go and play
just go
games.
play games
Because when
and,
you
like,
told
make a
us like
video.
just go, just come and play games, I'm like,
This time there'll be even more to
I
do.
wouldn't do that.
We'll do that.
Yeah.
We'll make your video.
Yeah,
We'll
you'll
go
have
play
fun.
some games. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you won't go hungry.
No.
You won't go
Yeah.
hungry. That's a bonus right there.
So we are doing a giveaway today, right?
Yes, I have some things for you guys.
We have
So
some-
you guys hooked me up with a lot of stuff last time I came. So I want to repay that for you
Oh, okay.
somewhat.
Okay. That's cool.
Somewhat. Somewhat. I don't know if I can give you what you gave me.
No,
but
no.
But no, but we're talking about tickets, right?
I have those too.
Okay.
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 but
I was
have-
talking about tickets. I didn't know
I
you were
have-
going
I have
We
your-
didn't know
give
you
us
were giving
something.
us
I have
stuff.
your special guest badges.
Shut up.
Okay.
Oh wow!
You've already had those. Okay.
Thank you.
Awesome.
I also got.
We also have a couple of raffle tickets.
I also have you. Yes, 2 raffle tickets each, one for each day. I also got you a FlingCon shirt, one for both of you.
Awesome.
And I do have 4 FlingCon tickets that you guys can do with what you want.
Good.
You would
Okay.
like to
So
give
yeah,
them- you would like to give them away?
we do want to give
Yes.
those away. We're gonna do something on Facebook and Instagram.
Nice.
So
There
somebody
we go.
bring Wingspan because I
And,
don't own it yet.
and they're all in like
Already there.
their own
It's
envelopes
in the
right
library.
here.
It's my favorite.
Oh, I like how that looks. Look
Yeah,
how
those are good.
professional. Nice.
Very nice.
So schmexy. I like it. Sweet.
That's
yeah,
a better
so-
job than I would have done.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vince just started tossing stuff in.
Vince like
Here you go.
Here it is. It's on like a little 4x7 like index card.
It's
He's
on
just
an
like
index
whatever.
card that we wrote on it. You enter. Play game good.
So just to let you know, those tickets are of $60 values each.
Okay, perfect.
They're good for tickets and raffle tickets on the store. They don't expire until February 1st of 24.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's good for this one or the next 2.
Or the next two.
nice.
Oh,
Yes.
nice. Okay. All right. So yeah, we're gonna put something up on our Facebook and our Instagram. So make sure that you're following us on there so that you can see what you have to do to win the tickets.
Very nice.
Sweet.
So, thanks for coming. I really
Yeah, it
appreciate it.
really
That
nice.
was
Thank
that
you.
was
Yeah,
awesome.
That was great.
Yeah, I'm really excited about going.
Yeah.
So
Deborah,
check it
Gerber,
out. It's gonna be
Gerber,
all
Gerber.
that. Wow. It's been a while. I had food poisoning.
He
This
was very sick.
I was
Yes.
very sick.
He was
Aw.
very sick.
Yeah.
Hold on, you hear my violin?
And Aaron's back.
And Aaron's back.
Don't sound so excited.
Right?
Let
We
the
look forward to
horror
having you guys
begin.
So yeah, we'll definitely be doing.
And I guess maybe Hoodie, I'll take Roaches, and we could take Apt, I guess, too.
Well, he has a copy of Roaches
I know
that he
he
wants
does.
to bring
I
because
know
he
he
loves
does.
roaches.
I know. I love Roaches, too, but I
He's
just
still-
get embarrassed.
Yeah,
Oh, you live in Texas, you gotta deal with it.
it's a great kids game.
It's a really good game.
It should
I
have done. It should have done well
think. Oh, well.
on
It's okay.
Kickstarter,
Anyway.
but it didn't.
It's okay.
But it's okay. But again, thanks a lot for coming on. We had a lot of fun with y'all.
Same here.
So next weekend, Friday and Saturday,
We'll be out there.
we'll be out there. You be out there. It'll be fun. But thanks for checking us out. I'm Vince.
I'm Colleen. That's FlingCon. Thanks a lot, Aaron.
Geek out, as say.
Say.